Good morning, Chris.
Good morning.
Well, you were sending some messages over the weekend, last week and this week as well, about the stimulus package. You wanted people to know what is going on. In a nutshell, up to date from since its implementation is released up to date. Can you give us information on what has transpired so far?
With regard to the stimulus package, as we all know, it has several components. The first one that we all know is the stimulus check that the government has been sending out automatically into our account if you have a direct deposit with IRS. And also those who don't have the direct deposit, an app has been created that you can enter your account information and you can use that to receive your stimulus check. Now, beside the stimulus check, we also have the unemployment benefit that the CARES Act, Coronavirus Aid, Relief and Economic Security, has given an extension to the traditional unemployment benefit that has been named as Pandemic Unemployment Assistance. So it gives an extension, and the extension comes with extra 13 weeks on top of whatever that the state allows. Then also the amount has been about $600 that the federal government will be added on top of what the state will approve you.
A question: who qualifies for the unemployment grant?
Okay, good. For the unemployment benefit, traditionally, it was actually those who have W-2 jobs. Now, with the stimulus package or the CARES Act gives extension to self-employed, independent contractors, or if you're a sole proprietor, you work for yourself, Uber driver, Lyft driver, or you braid hair, and because of the pandemic, you are now out of job or have your income has been affected, you are now eligible to apply for the unemployment benefit. Several provisions made in the definition, for example, not only unemployment, but a reduced income. If your income has been reduced, you used to work 40 hours a week and now you are working 20 hours a week, you have been affected by the pandemic and now makes you eligible.
So
And another,
Chris, before we move on, if your income has been reduced, let's say your hours has been reduced, if you are applying for that, do you have to send in any documents to confirm that I was working 80 hours, 40 hours, I've been cut down to 20 hours or 15 hours? Is there any document, that is supporting document? Because you're in the United States, we always say that there's no free lunch anywhere.
Exactly. Yes, excellent. Just as I said, these things are being handled on the state level, and each state is quite different. Now, some states have embedded the pandemic unemployment assistance into the regular or traditional unemployment insurance application. Now, when you are filling the application, there is a spot for the state of Texas. There is a spot that you will have to explain yourself how COVID-19 has affected you. And I believe that if there is a need to request for a document, they will request for the document. So it's going to boil down to individual state discretion.
Let's look at the business side. What is the package like? How does it look like?
When it comes to the business side, we have two types of loans. We have what we call PPP, Payroll Protection Program, or Payroll Protection Plan, however you want to call it. Then we also have Economic Injury Disaster Loan. Now, under these two loans, when it comes to the eligibility, almost the same, but they have a lot of differences. Now, who qualifies for this loan? All small businesses who were in operation as of February 15th, 2020 are eligible. Now, another thing is that it says small businesses under 500 employees. If you drive a Uber, you drive a truck, you drive a taxi, Lyft, you are a small business. You have as much right as McDonald's. It all depends on how you see yourself. So it gives you eligibility to apply for this loan. Not only businesses, but also non-profit organizations, associations, especially those who have 501c3 status, churches, and tribal associations that we have, such as Fante Association, Gan, Nzema Association. All these associations, they are eligible and they can apply for these loans. As a matter of fact, I have actually spoken to a U.S. Small Business Administration, and they made it very clear you can apply for both. Yeah, SBA. Yeah, they have said that you can apply for both. So you don't have to limit yourself to apply for one. So I believe I've outlined the eligibility. Any specific question that you want me to address?
So Chris, let's look at the Fante Confederation, the Akan Association, the one, they'll be running to go and get the money. But if it's under 501c, which means it's a non-for-profit, it's registered as a non-for-profit. You have to register as a non-for-profit before you can go in there as an associate to get it. Or you, as an association, you can just go in and then apply for it.
When these loans were passed specifically under the EIDL, was so simple. There was no question about if it has been registered or not. When it comes to the PPP, it states specifically that 5013C is required. Now, when it comes to EIDL, I went through application myself, and there was not a question about if it has been registered or not. As long as you just have a portion that you have to indicate that it's a nonprofit or it's not nonprofit. So if you have the fund, all those tribal associations that we have, if it has not been registered yet, I will encourage you to give it a shot on EIDL because it does not ask you about the registration. When it comes to the EIDL, Economic Injury Disaster Loan, they give an advance grant up to $10,000. Just yesterday, they released another policy that the grant will now be limited to number of employees. You know, they keep changing things as time goes. So we encourage people to take advantage to apply. Now, and this is how they are going about it. If you have one employee, you get $1,000. 2 employees, you get $2,000. So they have now limited it to number of employees that you have or staff that you have in your organization or business.
Okay.
Did I answer the question?
Sure. Let's look at college students. Is there any package for college students?
All right, excellent. When it comes to the stimulus check, the college student, if the college student is within age 18 and 24, and that college student, his or her parent did not claim him on the taxes, that college student will be eligible to receive the stimulus check. Now, if the parents claimed the student, then sorry, the student will not be eligible to get the stimulus check. So it's going to be under condition.
Okay, so if the parents are claiming the student is not eligible for the stimulus check. But
yes,
can't the parent claim on behalf of the student as a dependent?
All right, excellent. Now, the dependent cap is up to age 17. The $500 that will be given to every dependent child, the age limit is 17. So if the parent claims the student and the student is less than 17, then the parent will get the extra $500. But if it's more than 17, then he will not get the extra $500.
Okay, let's look at a question came from Texas. Efia Cash says, this is a question from a friend. She was supposed to file for unemployment in 2019, but did not. Can she apply for unemployment now, especially in this critical state?
The answer is yes. If you had opportunity to apply and you did not apply, and now you have been affected by the pandemic, you are eligible to apply for the benefit.
So the underlying factor is that you have been affected by the pandemic.
Exactly. Okay. And some of the definitions that they give is even if you got a new job, you were supposed to start and you couldn't start because of the pandemic, you have been affected. So you don't necessarily have to lose a job, but unable to start a job, qualifies you to apply for it.
So let's look at last question here. If you haven't prepared your tax return for 2019, and can you use your 2018 tax returns to file?
Yes, they are actually looking at the most recent tax returns with regard to 2018 and 2019. Okay. If you have filed for both years, they will go with 2019. If you haven't filed for 2019, they will go for 2018. Yeah, so if you haven't filed 2019, they are going to rely on your 2018 taxes.
All right, then. Well, I believe we have to end it here, and then I'll call you some other day, and we'll talk more about other packages that you know. I know you worked on credit repairs. You help people do credit repairs and all that. So I believe we'll have to catch up with you one of these days and talk more about other issues as well. Any final comments you want to?
Sure. All right. Thank you so much. And my final comment is that with regard to the business loans, our company are affiliated with one of the lenders that we can assist anyone interested to apply, either the PPP or EIDL. We can help anyone interested to put in application and ensure that the person gets the loan. All right. And I want to thank you once again for the opportunity given me. And I thank everyone who spent the time to watch or listen to us. May God bless you all.
Well, God bless you too. Well, the phone number is 512-999-6724. 512-399-6724. That is Chris Toffey.